Hi Stampers! Today we're going to be making this beautiful buckle card, and this is called a buckle card because it actually does open up like a buckle to get to the inside. So I'm going to show you how to make this. It's actually pretty easy, and it's just a really neat design, and this was not my design. I actually cased this from a wonderful lady online whose name is Beate Johns. And Beate has designed this, and we've just went ahead and used all of the new Stampin' Up! Products in the new catalog that's coming out July 1st, 2011. And I'm going to show you how to make the card, and then I'll let you know about the accessories that I used and things, but I mainly want to show you how to make this. So let's get started. So what we're going to be using is a piece of Bashful Blue cardstock. This is cut 7 inches long by 5.5 inches wide and scored at 4 1/4 inches. This is going to be the front of the card, so you're just going to go ahead and fold that score line over. The next piece that you'll be cutting is a piece of Designer Series paper, and I've used the Paisley Petals, and this is actually cut 2.5 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches long. And I'm not going to be gluing anything yet because I want to kind of get our pieces together, and then I'll show you how to put it together. And then I've also used another piece of Paisley Petals paper, which, oh, I just love this one. It's so beautiful. And you could actually use this on the inside if you wanted, but anyways, so we're going to be using this one as well, and this is going to be the inside of our card, and this is cut, again, 5 1/4 inches long by 4 inches wide. This will be the inside of the card. So we've also got another piece that I've just used a little embellishment, and I've taken a piece of Whisper White cardstock, cut it 5 1/4 inches long by 1 inch wide approximately, and then I went ahead and used our scallop edge border punch and just went ahead and punched that out. So I've already done that already so that you can see we can get this together a little quicker. We're going to go ahead and just adhere this together using some snail adhesive, and I just want to put it on the very, very, very edge so you can see how just a little bit of that scallop is going to be peeking out. Just want to get this really nice and straight. There we go. And this is actually going to be adhered like this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our word window punch, and this is actually what's going to allow our buckle to slip in. We don't want to go through too many layers of paper, so if you use 2 or 3 layers of paper, just do each layer as separately with the word window punch, or else it could get stuck. So we're going to take this layer off, and we're going to go ahead and put the word window punch in close to the bottom of the front of the card. So it's going to be close to the bottom, but you're going to go in about, 3/4 of an inch or so. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get it as straight as you can. And we're going to go ahead and punch that out. Then we're going to go ahead and adhere our designer piece right on top of it, and it should go pretty close to the edge of that score line. So we're just going to go ahead and use some more snail and get that lined up and apply it right to the card. And I'm going to go right up against that score line and just make it even from top to bottom, of course, so that you have a nice even line. Then you're going to kind of turn this over, and you're going to be able to see exactly where you need to punch out with your word window punch. So that way you're only going through basically one thickness of paper again. So we've got that all punched out. So this is what you have so far. The next step you're going to do is you're actually going to be cutting the buckle. Now the buckle, I've used Marina Mist cardstock, and this is actually cut at 5 1/2 inches long by 1 5/8 inches wide. And you're going to score this at 2 inches, and you're going to see the little score line here. I'm going to go ahead and fold that down. So again, 5 1/2 inches long, 1 5/8 inches wide. So go ahead and score that, fold it down. This is actually going to be, the short end is going to be going underneath the inside of the card. So you're going to go ahead and just kind of get that lined up, just so you know how it's going to go in there. So it's going to be going in like that. We're going to go ahead and use score tape on the sides of this card. And you can either use score tape or something like that, because you want to keep this down real nice and secure. So that's what I've used. For purposes of the demo right now, though, we're just going to go ahead and use the snail adhesive, just because it'll go a little bit faster this way. And we're going to go ahead and kind of line this up so we know exactly where this is going to go in. Again, this goes on the bottom. We're not going to stick it down too hard yet. We just want to make sure that we line it up with our hole and that that's going to go in properly. So I just kind of take it from the top and kind of put it in and make sure that it looks like it's going to be pretty even. This is probably the most difficult part of the card, honestly. Okay, so we've got that lined up. So now we're going to go ahead and just secure our buckle to the back of the card. And you can use extra adhesive if you want, but if you're using the score tape or the red line tape, you really won't need to be doing that extra step. So we'll go ahead and get that in. Make sure again that it's lined up and it's secure. It actually goes in through the top. So that's pretty lined up and even now. So we've got all that finished up. So the next thing I've done is I've actually went ahead and stamped out the word My Friend, and this is from the set, the new set My Friend, which I absolutely love. I think it's really pretty. And we're going to have to try to fit this on here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down a little bit smaller so that it fits right on top of that buckle. And you can go ahead and use your trimmer if you want. I'm just going ahead and using the scissors for right now just to make it look a little faster. But that should fit on there pretty perfect, which is like why I like this so much for the card. I use dimensionals so that you don't have any problems with this sliding in and out. So it does lift up just slightly. You want to put a couple dimensionals on the back here, not too close to the edge, so that it does give it a little room so that, you know, when you're trying to open and close it, it doesn't actually interfere with it at all. So we'll put that down. And then I did decorate this with a couple of little tiny jewel rhinestones. So we'll go ahead and put those on. And we're getting it together. This isn't taking too long. There we go. Then the next part you're going to do, and I've already pre-done this, is I went ahead and sent this Whisper White cardstock. I stamped it first, and then I sent it through the Big Shot using the square lattice die, or the embossing folder. So this is the square lattice embossing folder. So I went ahead and sent that through. I'm going to go ahead and just snip the corners with my corner punch. And again, I just kind of wanted to demonstrate making the card more than the embellishments. But just so you know how I did this, so that goes on top like this. Then I also used about 6 inches of white grosgrain ribbon, and I just went ahead and attached it to the bottom here of the Whisper White. And I'm just going to use a little bit of snail, but again, I probably would use something a little bit more durable than that because it does have to stay on pretty tight. And then we're going to use dimensionals on the back. Now I'm not taking off the paper backing yet because I do have one more little step I need to show you yet. So we've got that ready to go. Then the next little part that I did is I took another piece of Merino Mist cardstock and I used my scallop circle punch, and you only need about half of it punched out because you're not going to see the bottom half anyway. So that's actually going to be attached to the bottom of the hello. So we'll go ahead and use our snail just to put that on there. And, you know, you can try to get it even so that you have even scallops on both sides. There you go. Alright, so that's basically done. And then we're going to go ahead and just attach this to the card. So let me go ahead and take off our little paper backing on our dimensionals. Dimensionals are a fabulous thing to use on this card. It just makes it look all the more beautiful. There we go. And then the last thing that I did is I took one of our little designer buttons there, and this is just a neutral color. It's just white, and I threaded a piece of little white crochet cord through that, or white crochet thread, I should say. Took a little glue dot, and I want to tell you people, the easiest way to do anything with glue dots, mini, or this is actually the medium-sized glue dot, is take whatever you're going to be gluing down, press it on top of the glue dot, and then put it on the paper. Don't try to use your fingers to pull it off or any other kind of implement. It's just so much easier if you can just take the part that you're going to be using the glue dot on, press it on, and then apply it to your card. You don't get it on your fingers, and it goes in the right place every time. Then I just put a little button right there, and that's all there is to it. So it's really, really a simple little card to do. As long as you know that you're using that word window punch and where to put it and the sizes, you can make any design you want, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye, Stampers.